Hey guys, how we doing? I am on my way down to the first timers competition. However, this will go online after the competition, so continuity's gone out the window. Okay, so this is a video. I'm doing a little bit of a catch up with you guys on what's happened in the previous week. So, been a big week. I think most of you will have seen on my channel that I did the Deadlift Pb Attempt, and my previous PB was 235. I got to the 230, went for 242.5, so big enough jump, and smashed it. Happy with that. It was actually quite an easy lift, to be fair. Then I went for the 250, which was what I had planned to get. Excuse me. And 250 went up. I'm not going to say easy, because it definitely wasn't easy, but I think there was still a little bit left in the tank. It felt like around a 9 out of 10. I didn't have to hitch or anything like that, so yeah, it was pretty good. I stupidly, the adrenaline was pumping, and you know, I was just feeling a little bit too optimistic, and I went for the 260, which was ridiculous. I went from 242.5 up to 250, which is 7.5 kg jump, which is big enough jump at that weight, if you haven't done it before. And then I decided, no, 10 kg more, it'll be fine. So that did not budge. I tried it twice and it did not budge. Now, when you're doing PBs, like most of you will know, there's a lot of different factors. So by that stage, I had done 15 kg over my 1 rep max. So fatigue was definitely there. The central nervous system isn't prepared for heavier weights. That's why when you go to heavy lifting, you'll only make small jumps, because the strength could be there, but it's the central nervous system that goes, oh no, what the hell is this? I've never done this before. So hence why there's always usually small 5, maybe 10 kg jumps. I went up 15, so I'm absolutely delighted with that. And I got to 250, which I banged on YouTube for a week or two, saying I want to get the 250. So yeah, and that was probably the other thing that was in my head, where you guys, you know, I sold it to you that I was going to do 250. I had to bloody do it. It was like Eddie Hall when he did the 500. There was a huge amount of hype. If he hadn't done the 500, that would have been a huge disappointment. So even when I say that, he's done 500, I'm doing 250, but yeah, it sort of felt a little bit like that, like, oh well, I just have to, whatever happens, I have to get the 250. Thank you to everyone, genuinely, thank you to everyone who joined in on the live streams and commented, because that kept me going. You've no idea how many. It's like being at a competition. If you've got people cheering you, it'll keep you going. It's so much help. So, and I know people are sometimes nervous about messaging in. It's a strange thing, but people are still quite nervous about commenting in the live chat. If you're ever watching any of my live streams, comment. There's some of the guys there and some of the girls do be having great conversations, especially at the competitions. They'll have great conversations in the live chat. Get involved. It's all good fun, and yeah, it's all about having a laugh. So after that, I had 1 day of rest, which again isn't ideal, and I went in and did my new PB attempt for my squat, which again I was hoping to get 250. I'd done 230 before. However, my training for the back squat, it had gone okay in the last 8 weeks, but it hadn't gone fantastic. Over the last 2 weeks, when I was supposed to be pushing that little bit heavier, again, to prepare the central nervous system, I didn't actually get to do it. because my patella tendon, so if you've got your kneecap just below your kneecap, connecting the patella to your shin, you've got the patella tendon, and mine basically it's sort of like a, God, how would you describe it, but it's all in one piece and it comes down directly straight. However, mine for the last year or so has split, so it's pulled apart a little bit. Now, you could call it a tear to a point, but it's not a tear in the literal sense. It's more that it's just pulled apart, so it's coming down a little bit each side. There's a gap in the middle, which makes it a lot weaker. So when I was doing my squat that morning, I went up the stairs and I felt it. I was like, oh no, this is going to be a disaster. I did consider, do you know what, I haven't had much rest, I could blow out my knee completely here, and just the voices that start in your head, the little doubts going, oh, maybe you shouldn't. So I was very close to just starting the live stream and apologising and just saying, look, unfortunately I won't be doing the test today. However, stubbornness kicked in, so I went to the 220, built up to 220. I'd done 230 before. Then, of course, I was supposed to go to 240 originally, but because I definitely felt like I had 240 in me. But I decided, no, that's a 20 kg jump. It's a bit much with the dodgy knee, and I had felt it on the 220. The 220 was a little bit wobbly. I rushed it, but I felt a little bit unstable. So I did the 235, and it was actually it built my confidence, because anyone that saw it was fairly straightforward. It was grand. So, at a big discussion, 242 and a half to go to 250 or 240, and then worry about everything else after. So better counsel prevailed, and I pushed back to the 240. And I'm glad I did. You might be able to see it in the video. I think you can see it if you're looking for it, where as soon as I break at the hips and the knees, I shift my body weight over onto the right leg. Like I was watching it in the mirror in front of me, and I visibly just shifted over and down. So basically my right leg was doing 80% of the work. And when I got to the bottom, I shifted back a little bit and came up. But you can imagine having 240 kg basically on one leg and going down into a squat, because straight away I felt the patella. And you'll see in the video afterwards, like I came out of it like my knee had exploded. Like it was just in agony. But thankfully it lasted maybe a number of minutes, 5 minutes max, that I was sort of hobbling a little bit, and then patella eased off. So it was just the shock that I hit it with when I did the rep and had to push back out of the hole. So it could have gone an awful lot worse. I called it at that. I said 10 kg is loads of a jump with a dodgy knee, so I'm happy with that. So it didn't get to 250, but 240, no problem, I'm happy with that. So that was a 10 kg jump, so it was a very successful week, all things considered. 15 kg up on the deadlift, 10 on the squat. Just so you know, a lot of the equipment that I was using in both of the videos are Cerberus, and I'm the Cerberus top here as well. So if you are interested, like Cerberus is the market leader in strongman equipment. They're most professional strongman, unless they're associated or sponsored by one of the other brands, they will use Cerberus. I think even the Stoltmans, who are with Mirafit, and Mirafit are a great brand as well, they're genuinely really good brand. But before of it, I'm pretty sure they were using Cerberus equipment, and most strongmen will. So if you are looking for any equipment, Cerberus is by far the best. So if you go on Cerberus Strength Ireland and use the discount code IRISH10, you get 10% discount off. So I'll put the link to that and the discount code down in the description below. Kick on over there. I don't actually get any, I'm an ambassador for the brand, but I don't get any money from it or anything like that. It's just, I really like the brand and they do an awful lot for the sport. So yeah, I like to stick with Cerberus. It's the best equipment, so why wouldn't I like to stick with it? So that's the training in the last. Other than that, I didn't do a huge amount of training because obviously you're resting in the run up to it. The reason why I did my tests, or my PB attempts, I call it a test just because I'm testing how much I can lift, but I know that confuses some people who go, what, you're sitting down writing, like, how far do I go down in a squat and stuff like that. But the reason I did my test was because I'm heading to Las Vegas in 2 days time for, I've obviously got the competition that I'm live streaming today, so I don't know if I'll get to train today. Today's Sunday. Tuesday I'm off to Vegas, so I won't really get to train for the next 10 days, after 10-14 days. Hence why I said, well, this is perfect time, do the PB attempts. It was at the end of my training cycle anyway, and yeah, I'll have 2 weeks rest, so you can't really beat it. It worked out perfectly. The next program I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be, because of that patella tendon, you can't really stop going heavy with strongman. It's bad because the one thing the tendon needs is to rest. It needs very minimal weight on it, and all sort of very slow and controlled movement. So you don't want that jerk movement where, so for if you think of your log press, when you dip the knees and drive up, and you're sort of snapping back into this, and that's where all the power comes from. You can't really do that with the tendon issue. So really I need rest. However, who has time for rest? What even is rest? So I'm going to be moving to equipped squats. That will help prepare the central nervous system for heavier weights on the walkout and stuff like that. And it'd be nice to see. I've never actually trained for wraps, so knee wraps on for equipped squats before. So it'll be something different. The deadlift, I am hoping to push to deficit deadlifts with hopefully using chains as well. Now, I'm in the commercial gym, it's a bit awkward bringing in my own equipment and stuff like that, so we'll have to just wait and see. I'll have to ask the boss. So, the reason I'm moving to deficits is because if you look back at the video, there's a couple of shorts that will just show you my max lifts. So, if you click back over and look at them, you'll see that my deadlift off the ground is very, very slow. Whereas once I get it even an inch off the ground, it shoots up. It's fine, but it's that first little bit where I'm not using my legs 100%. They're getting better, but I'm not getting explosive power off the ground, which is really hampering me. If I could get the explosive power off the ground, and that's technique based, if I could get that, I'd easily, I feel anyway, that I would put on 20 kg, 30 kg onto my deadlift. And that sounds like a lot, it's huge, but that's where I should be. Like if you see my squat and my deadlift without using like my legs as much as I could, which are my strongest parts, then you realise, yeah, 20 kg or 30 is probably there. That's the plan for next block of training. That will bring me up to end of November, I believe. Now there's no competitions there's definitely no competitions yet for next year announced, but the first, if there is one in I probably won't do the one in December, if there is one. There's usually one in December, the Cerberus Cup. I probably won't do that, depending on the events, because I won't have had enough time to train for it. When I get over the next, like, I definitely want to do the next training cycle, and then after that I can worry about competition. So the first competition I do will probably, I imagine, be in February. So keep an eye out for that, and I will keep you posted on that as well. I am really looking forward to getting back to the competitions. Like, obviously the time off from competitions, the 4 months or whatever, has done me a world of good. I feel like I've become a lot stronger. My log press has crept up a little bit. My deadlift has gotten an awful lot better. My squat has obviously creeped up as well. I think all in all, I'm definitely getting stronger, and I think I'm better prepared. The idea would be possibly do one more competition in the novice category, and then to hopefully push up to the intermediate category after that. So within the next 6 months I want to take that step up to the intermediates. I will probably be in the bottom half of the table in the intermediates at the start, depending on how the next couple of training cycles go, but yeah, that's where I'd prefer to be honest. So that's the training plan for the next couple of months, and the training of what's gone on. So it's been good. Thanks to everyone who has followed me all the way through. The other things that have happened, obviously we hit 2,000 subscribers on the channel. That's you guys, so thank you. That's amazing. So anyone that's watching this, if you are new, click on that subscribe, click on the like button as well, and the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of the videos. But yeah, thank you so much for that. That means a huge amount to me. Other than that, I am starting back in college tomorrow. I'm so bad. I'm starting back in college, and I'm there for the first day. The second day, and the first day is just hi everyone, you know. Second day I'm pissing off on a plane, so I'm useless. But yeah, it's the way to do college, you know. Currently on my way down to GSP, gym down in Galway, for the first timers competition. And like I say, I don't know why I said that, because this is probably going to go out on Thursday. It's this Thursday coming. Today is Sunday, so yeah, first timers was 4 days ago. Why haven't you watched it? So it's all live streamed, and you can go back, watch the full competition. There are some great athletes going to be there. They're all first timers to Strongman, so they will have been training, like a lot of you that are doing Strongman, they will have been training in a normal gym, just a commercial gym, trying to adapt the equipment to fit the events that are coming up. Like, most gyms don't have sandbags, and they're like very simple to get your hand on. God, you can buy sandbags. Again, I would always say go with Cerberus. At a secondary strength shop, their sandbags, they're good. They're good quality. They're not going to break or anything. The stitching's not going to come apart. But I don't know what it is about them, but everyone, I feel it, and everyone I know that has them will say they're a lot harder to pick up than the Cerberus ones. I think it's maybe because the fabric is stiffer, so when you get your hands in underneath it, the Cerberus bag sort of, I don't know, but they feel like they mold around your hands, so it's just easier to grip them and everything else. Whereas the strength shop, when you put your hands in underneath, it's sort of like on a flat surface. They don't sink in, so you know it is a little bit more difficult. Would you, sort of, a lot of times you would say, oh well, make it as hard as you can in training, because then on competition day, it's easy, but sandbags is the one thing, you know, you want to go heavy on it, you want to keep pushing on the numbers, so I would say go with Cerberus. But if you are on a budget, go on Amazon. You get, I don't know what the brand is or what they're called or anything else, but there's orange and grey ones. I think you can get them everywhere, and they're not great. They won't last you as long or half as long as the other ones. They'll do the job, you know, they'll get you through. But other than that, like in commercial gym, you can't really do log press. You can do a barbell, overhead press and push press, but it's very difficult to actually train log press. If you're trying to do a log or strict press and you're trying to get it as similar to log press as you can, the closest you can do is putting your safety bars up and putting the trap bar on it, because at least then you've got the neutral grip and you can push it up. But it's very difficult to train strongman in a commercial gym. You need to have the equipment. But saying that, all these guys are new. They're going to do a great job. Some fantastic events coming up today, so I'm actually really excited. And that's it for all the strongman stuff that's going on and the training stuff. I will be doing, at the end of October, there is a Static Monsters competition. It's a worldwide competition, so it goes on the same day all around the world. I'm pretty much sure it's the same day. Any of the competitions I've seen pop up around the world seem to be on the 30th of October. And it's 2 events. You've got an 18-inch axle deadlift. I think it's an axle deadlift, or it's either an axle or a barbell deadlift. Just it's definitely an 18-inch. I'll have to look that up again. And a log press. And basically what happens is, of all the competitions around the world, the results come in and you are ranked where you are in the world. So you find out, oh, your 18-inch deadlift is the, I don't know, 426th heaviest deadlift, 18-inch deadlift, that was done. So you know where in the world you actually rank, which is really cool. Same with the log press. See how you get on, and yeah, you know where you actually come in the world, where you're ranked, which is really, really cool. So that's going on the 30th of October. I will be down, hopefully. I don't think there's anything stopping me. But I will be down to live stream that as well. That's going to be a really good one. So that's just going to be constant lift. So that's going to be a really entertaining one. And there's going to be some big lifters at that. There is going to be probably at least a week where you don't see a huge amount of uploads from me, and you'll have to bear with me. I'm really sorry. It's just because I am out of the country, and for 3 days of it, or 4 days of it, I'm on a cruise. 3 or 4 days, I don't even know. I'm terrible at all this. I just get told where to be. Just get on this plane, we'll get there, get in that car. You know, that's as much input as I have, and I think I'm quite happy with that. Of course, on cruise ships, you know, it's very hard to you know, be editing or any of that sort of stuff. So yeah, you won't see a huge amount from me. So again, forgive me for that. I'll be back on as soon as possible. Other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope everyone's doing well out there, and I hope the training's going well for people. I love hearing about your training. I love seeing your training. If anybody does have a training channel, please comment it down below. I'll have a look and subscribe to you, give you a bit of support. And if there's ever anybody out there who wants information, a tutorial, anything like that, please comment here or over onto Instagram. You can message me there. I'm always there to you know, have a chat, and if I can advise you, I will.